So maybe it's just because I was curious. Maybe it's because I'm a glutton for political frustration. But a number of months ago, I signed up for the Trump campaign email newsletter. I have been getting for months now, regularly, his campaign donation seeking political messaging to my inbox every day. And I want to show you some of these because it has been a bit of a journey. Now, the first thing you will probably notice is just how many of these there are. And these are not different groups or multiple super PACs or multiple mailing lists. All of these come from the one official campaign mailing list, the victory.donaldtrump.com mailing list. And he sends 4 to 6 of these a day. Now, I've not been on a lot of campaign mailing lists before, so I don't know if that's a lot more than normal or if that's pretty standard, but the raw thirst of it kind of bothers me. I mean, look, I know I'm being biased here. All political campaigns are inherently thirsty. They have to be, but it's a little like real life, where if it's somebody you would kind of like to see more of, maybe you don't mind the thirst. But when it's somebody you can't stand, the thirst gets real old real quick. Now, you'll notice as you scroll down through these headlines that a lot of these have a sort of Donald Trump personally, specifically is interested in meeting you kind of feel to them. And again, I don't know if this is very normal or not, but it seems a bit cult of personality-ish to me, right? Like, I know these are from some automated mailing list and were written by some campaign staffer. You know that. I'm not quite sure who out there doesn't know that, but these are obviously written in such a way that we have to assume somebody doesn't know that somebody out there really thinks Donald Trump is personally reaching out to them. Let's look at a few of these. Donald J. Trump, accept my offer. James, I'm pleased to present you with this invitation to join the Trump 100 Club. Bold. I've only selected 100 patriots in the entire nation to join this prestigious club, and you, all caps, are one of them. Trump 100 Club, bold, members are going to be the ones I turn to when I need advice of the American people. I'll be counting on your feedback to represent the views of millions of voters. I need my loyal supporters like you, all caps, to be my eyes and ears around the country, and I need to know that I can rely on you in these next few months. So that's a little bit creepy, right? That's got a little bit of a dear leader kind of vibe to it, where I need you to be my eyes and ears around the country. But also, this is definitely written, right? I'm not misunderstanding this, as if it is Trump himself reaching out to me personally with an invitation that is extremely exclusive, apparently only 100 patriots in the entire nation. Obviously, I don't believe that. Who is supposed to believe that? Who did the person who wrote this think would believe what this was pretending to be? Only really old people, right? Who else could this possibly be intended to appeal to? I don't know. Let's look at a few others. This one says, meet President Trump, your plane ticket attached, and then with a little paperclip symbol as if there is an attachment. Of course, when we open it up, there is no attached document that is a plane ticket. And it says here, James, is everything okay? President Trump asked us if you were available to meet him at an upcoming event, but we told him we hadn't heard from you yet. You've always been one of our best supporters, and not entering just isn't like you. Underlined, several words capitalized, for whatever reason. Now, this looks like a scam email targeted towards your grandma. It's formatted in the subject line to make it look like there's an attachment, to make it specifically look like there is a plane ticket attached. And then you open it, and it's actually asking you to enter to win and to pay money. Again, who is this supposed to be appealing to? This is functionally identical to like a Nigerian prince scam email. I have never donated a penny to this campaign, But lots of these emails say something along the lines of, "You've always been one of our best supporters. We've always been able to count on you. You've always been one of President Trump's most generous fans." Things like that. Again, I've never donated anything. These are clearly form emails that are sent out en masse to everybody on the list, regardless of how much they've actually donated. I know that. You know that. Who is this supposed to be fooling? But let's take a look at one where I do know what they're going for. New ad attached. Again, with the paperclip symbol to fool you into thinking there's an attachment, which, again, there isn't. This one is an anti-Joe Biden email. Sleepy Joe Biden is mentally unfit to be your president. The American people deserve to know what they'd be getting into if they elected the oldest president in the history of our nation. The oldest president, Joe Biden. Let's take a look at this. Who was the oldest president? Well, what do you know? So, if you elect Joe Biden this November, just be aware of what you're getting into when you elect the oldest president in the history of our nation. Make the safe choice and elect Donald Trump, the oldest president in the history of our nation, who is only 3 years younger than Joe Biden. Right. So these emails, being on this mailing list, is strange. The only other campaign that I've ever been on the mailing list of was Hillary 2016, because I did donate a little bit of money to that one. And yes, those emails were just as thirsty. They were just as awkward and out of touch and eye-rolly and cringy and all of that stuff. But what I don't remember them being was so dishonest. And by dishonest, I don't mean the factual political claims made within the body of the email. I mean, they do that too, but that's not really what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that those emails from the Hillary campaign, I don't seem to recall pretending to be something they weren't. They didn't try to convince me or pretend to be Hillary Clinton personally emailing me like an old buddy or a trusted advisor asking for my input. They didn't trick me into thinking they had attached an airplane ticket to come have lunch with Hillary so she could ask my opinion on things. They didn't do that sort of thing. At least, again, I don't remember them being that way. And what I am so powerfully reminded of when I look at these emails from the Trump official campaign, again, not some super PAC that they should be able to disavow, like, we didn't authorize that. No, these are the official campaign emails. They remind me so much of scam emails, the same kind of emotional manipulation that goes into tricking your poor grandmother into blowing her medication money on some fake wire transfer thing. All of those same tactics, all of the same mechanics and gears that make those work are present in these emails. And I think that is somewhat indicative of this candidate as a whole. And the fact that their main appeal, their main campaigning issue in these emails is not some specific political stance, but it seems to be the appeal of being personally liked and respected by this man, also betrays the fact that there is a heavy cult of personality factor in the Trump support base. Now, things are going to get worse before November when they hopefully get better at last, right? But the one small silver lining, I suppose, is that part of me kind of wants to see just how off the rails these emails go before the end.